am so sad. I cannot believe the big, ugly, dead-ass bill was approved in America. Like, I am shocked.
This bill is an absolute betrayal of the American people.
We're fucked. There's really no other way to say it. The one big bucket of bullshit bill has passed the House today, Thursday, July 3rd.
Did y'all hear how Trump's big bullshit bill passed? 4 House Republicans changed their votes to yes after Trump gave them signed MAGA hats and selfies.
This is how it went.
Why are you voting for Trump for? Because I'm fucking tired of being broke.
And this is how it's going.
I've been fucking pumped for this no tax on overtime. I've been fucking ecstatic, dude. I know America's been waiting on this shit. Everybody's been bragging. Man, I can't wait. I'm going to have so much extra money. It's going to, bring in so much more money per month. Wrong.
My medication, it runs $20,000 a month without insurance. I make $800 a month. Oh, that will kill me. That would kill my friends. That would kill millions of people in this country if they lose their health care.
We don't want to hear shit when you lose your Medicaid. We don't want to hear shit when you lose your SNAP. We don't want to hear shit from those states when FEMA doesn't show up for your tornadoes, hurricanes, and floods this year. We don't want to hear shit when you figure out that those tax breaks are not for you, but they're for the rich. We don't want to hear shit when you figure out that no tax on tips and overtime ain't even real. We don't want to hear shit when you figure out that he is increasing the debt ceiling by trillions of dollars, which is going to cost us a lot. Because we try to tell you. So you're excited about this bill passing? Just remember, when all that shit happens to you, to not open your fucking mouth.
Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channels. My name is Timotesi Irrigation. Kindly for watching me for the first time. Remember to subscribe, like, share and comment. White people are really crying out for voting in Donald Trump. They voted in Donald Trump because of the expected good health system. They expected good economy. But now they are really regretting for voting in Donald Trump. So kindly guys, I want us to continue watching this video of the white people crying out about the life in United States. So kindly guys, let's watch and then I'll come back with more comment.
There's been a lot of arguments over what this bill has been called. The president wanted to call it the one big beautiful bill because of how many things it does in a single document. Other people have called it the big ugly bill. But I think it should be referred to as the fuck you, die slow, motherfucker. My phone make sure all y'all kids don't grow bill. Because that's exactly what it's going to do to so many Americans. It's going to make them die slow in front of our very eyes. Millions of people are going to be cut off of Medicaid, which is a different name in every single state. Some of you don't even know that your family members are on Medicaid. In Pennsylvania, it's called medical assistance. In other places, it has other different names, so that way they could pretend that the federal government wasn't helping their citizens. SNAP benefits are going to be gutted for millions of people, which means more people are going to be hungry and desperate. Other things that kept people from having to make tough decisions, very tough decisions, are now going to be ripped from their hands. And why? For austerity. That's what they're going to call it. They're going to call it austerity for poor people, for working people. But for the most ostentatious people, there is no austerity. For people with billionaire foam party yachts, for people who get to wakeboard on their private Hawaiian islands, for everyone on the Epstein list, all of them, they get to live lavish lifestyles because their tax cuts have been locked in. There are so many things in this giant bill that have made sure that so many of us will die slow. But it doesn't matter because Republicans got theirs. Donald Trump is going to sign this bill on the 249th anniversary of Americans' Declaration of Independence from a tyrant. And he'll be handed the bill by J.D. Vance, a man who claimed that he was an Ohio hillbilly who has done nothing but destroy the very place that brought him to the dance.
We're in California's District 22, a rural community in the state's Central Valley. This district voted for Trump for the first time in 2024, but now his policies threaten one of the benefits people here rely on the most. Do you know anyone personally who voted for President Trump but depends on benefits like Medicaid?
Oh yeah. I know a lot of people.
One resident who would be impacted by Medicaid cuts is 64-year-old Irma Arredondo, who voted for Trump in 2024. Irma has several chronic health issues, including type 1 diabetes. She's also a full-time caregiver for her daughter, who has cerebral palsy, and her sister, who has Turner syndrome.
The medicine that my daughter takes for seizures, I won't be able to afford it. So we feel hopeless if those cuts come, you know. What we're going to do.
Irma was a farm worker for more than a decade. She believes that some of her and her children's health issues can be linked to the pesticides she was exposed to while working in the fields.
Look at me right now. Look at me, how many sicknesses that I have. We got all in the fields. Where else? I feel like these tubby nuts in the back, you know. But why? Why when we put food on their tables? Trump promised a lot of things. I thought it would be more family values and those programs that we really need here.
One of those promises was to protect Medicaid, which 67% of people in this district rely on. It's the largest percentage of any district in the entire country.
Can you guarantee that Medicare, Medicaid will not be touched?
Yeah, I mean, I have said it so many times, we're not going to touch it.
The yeas are 218, the nays are 214. The motion is adopted.
This bill represents the largest cut to Medicaid in American history. It will devastate vulnerable populations.
The largest tax break, though, to the wealthiest individuals. Are those your values?
No, that's not right.
Irma isn't the only one in District 22 who feels betrayed by the administration's plan to gut Medicaid.
The only people they're hurting are the poor people. People that really need the stuff. Elon Musk doesn't need it. Trump doesn't need it. And, you know, billionaires don't need it.
They're making out big time with this, but they're hurting people in the process.
If we could go back to November, who would you vote for now, seeing what you see?
For either one.
You just wouldn't have voted?
Not either.
I am so sad. I cannot believe the big, ugly, dead-ass bill was approved in America. Like, I am shocked. I'm shocked that that was approved by people that were voted in to represent Americans. I cannot believe that they just voted to approve ICE to go from being funded $10 billion to $100 billion. You're just like, how could people vote for that? How could people vote for that? How could people sleep at night? How could they vote for that? I think that I am grieving America. I am grieving the America that I used to know, that used to be heroes, that used to be like the good guy. I mean, they were arrogant, but they weren't evil. And those people that voted to increase funding for ICE from $10 billion to $100 billion, to take healthcare insurance away from 10 million Americans, to take food away from children. They're the bad guys.
This is how it went.
Why are you voting for Trump for? Because I'm fucking tired of being broke.
And this is how it's going.
I've been fucking pumped for this no tax on overtime. I've been fucking ecstatic, dude. I know America's been waiting on this shit. Everybody's been bragging. Man, I can't wait. I'm gonna have so much extra money. It's gonna, bring in so much more money per month. Wrong, motherfuckers. Wrong. I did the fine print looking. It is not fucking gonna help us month to month. It's not gonna help you check none. They're still gonna tax the fuck out of your goddamn check.
Buddy, you voted for the man who lied over 33,000 times while in his first term, has conned people his whole entire life, and you yourself expected not to get lied to and conned? Well, I guess this is what it looks like when a Trump supporter decides to wake up, take the boot out of his mouth, and realize, yo, we were right. Donald Trump's only interest is giving tax breaks to his billionaire best friends. while screwing over the middle class. We told you that. You said, ain't no way that a billionaire and his best friend, the richest man in the world, won't have the middle class's best interest in mind. And we said you were crazy, and you said we were fear-mongering, and here we are, and you're regretting this, which is very interesting. And a cherry on top for you really quick, coal miners. Donald Trump took away your guys' black lung screening. It's a disease that you guys are very susceptible to. In West Virginia, he took away the black lung screening. That was free and accessible to you guys for a long time. It's been a benefit for a long time. He took that away. So that is just a cherry on top of me trying to let you know that Donald Trump does not give a damn about the working class, and he never has. My name is Mercedes Chandler. Give me a follow, or you won't see my face again. Thank you. Goodbye.
This bill is an absolute betrayal of the American people. The House just passed their big billionaire bill, and now it's heading to the president's desk. It's an absolutely devastating time to be an American, and it comes one day before Independence Day. Millions of people will lose health coverage. Hospitals will shut their doors forever. SNAP, Medicaid, and disaster relief will be slashed to pieces. Cancer research, public schools, clean energy, they will all be starved of funding. Meanwhile, billionaires and Trump's mega donors rake in your hard-earned money. We cannot, and we will not, let them get away with this. This is the moment of truth. We either rise up together, or we continue to let MAGA Republicans tear our country apart, bit by bit. Today, we need to turn this outrage into action. Educate your friends and family. Donate to nonprofits who will help those affected by this bill. We will overturn this bill when the Democrats retake the House and Senate, but there's plenty of work to do starting today. In whatever way you can, I ask you to join me in defending the rights of our most vulnerable. It will take all of us. That being said, I hope you're able to enjoy this Independence Day with those you love. You deserve it.
They fucking did it. The House passed the big ugly bill. A legislative middle finger to the working class, the poor, the sick, and the elderly. And while the rich are popping champagne, the rest of you are about to drown in the consequences you voted for, ignored, or helped manifest through performative bullshit. Republican senators and representatives just screwed over their own constituents. And red states? Many of the poorest in the country are getting crushed first. So let me speak clearly to every single group that brought us to this point. To every Trump voter. Fuck off. You voted for this. You weren't conned. You weren't tricked. You knew exactly what he stood for. Cruelty, greed, corruption, and you wanted more. Well, here it is. Your rural hospitals are shutting down. Your grandma's nursing home is going under. Your insulin's about to cost more than your rent. You dragged us all the way down with you. And I hope you feel every goddamn consequence. No sympathy, just suffering. You earned it. To everyone who didn't vote, fuck off. You sat on your hands while the house was on fire. You thought silence made you neutral? It didn't. It made you complicit. You had power and refused to use it. So next time your community loses access to healthcare, your rent skyrockets, or your elderly parents can't find a bed in a nursing home, shut the fuck up. You let this happen. To the uncommitted crowd, kiss my entire ass. You threw a tantrum in a burning house. You withheld support in a two-party system like it was a badge of honor, while fascists waltz in through the front door. You didn't force anyone's hand. You didn't move the needle. You just cleared the path for disaster. When Medicaid vanishes, when your rights shrink, when lives fall apart, know that you helped light the fuse. To every anti-Kamala leftist, fuck all the way off. You're not revolutionaries. You're not fighting the system. You're just bitter, sanctimonious edgelords who hate seeing a black woman in power more than you hate fascism. You'll write 17-paragraph posts on grammar and tone, while Republicans strip bodily autonomy, crush healthcare, and drown us in debt. You're not allies. You're fucking dead weight. Get out of the lane. We're done coddling your smug inaction. This bill isn't conservative policy. It's legislative warfare. The top 1%, $75,000 in annual tax breaks. And the top 0.1%, 6 figures, easy. Regular people, a few $100, maybe. Low-income families, punished with red tape and bureaucratic landmines. And Medicaid, it's not just being slashed. It's being gutted. $1.3 trillion erased. Hospitals, bankrupt. ERs, shuttered. Nursing homes, collapsing. All so Republicans can tongue-kiss billionaires and call it policy. This bill punishes the very people who voted for it. Poorer red states, rural towns, elderly voters who backed Trump thinking he gave a damn. And guess what? You weren't tricked. You were thrilled. So yes, I hope you suffer deeply. I hope you choke on every cut you cheered for. I hope you watch your towns dry up. Your parents turned away from care. Your neighbors die waiting for Medicaid approvals. Because this is what you wanted. And now you get to live it. This isn't just failure. This is sabotage. Designed, deliberate, and devastating. And to everyone who helped make it possible, whether you voted for Trump, didn't vote at all, played uncommitted politics, or sabotaged the left from inside, you can all go fuck yourselves. We're done.
Well, they passed the bill, just like we knew they would, and I just have to take a moment to say I have spent my entire life listening to every single Republican I know in my extended family, in my community, and in my many red state workplaces complain that the national debt would be our undoing. And through gritted teeth, they seemed to lament that we would have to come after entitlement programs if we wanted to save ourselves. Because yes, it is true that Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security make up over half of our federal spending. And even though these programs pay for themselves through a healthy and secure society, the kinds of people who can artificially reduce health and happiness to line items on a budget cannot resist the urge to circle those alleged costs as targets for cuts. Like the clueless and ignorant CEO who thinks he can cut pay and benefits without reducing employee happiness or productivity. These people actually believe that federal revenue won't be harmed by ripping healthcare and food support away from 10 to 15 million workers and consumers. And now here we are after 50 fucking years of listening to them cry about how expensive it is to take care of our citizens. They get their wish and they cut $1 trillion fucking dollars from Medicaid. Also, they can put those entitlement cuts toward the national debt, right? Right? Fuck no. They took $1 trillion worth of food and healthcare from poor people, and they borrowed another $2.3 trillion on top of that. And they gave it all to the ultra wealthy through tax cuts. Same wealthy people who over that exact same 50 years of crying saw their income increase by as much as 420%, while the rest of us broke even at best or backslid into poverty at worst. Fact is, across every single facet of life, religion, politics, economics, culture, and crime, the Republican Party you know today is nothing more than the party of debt, poverty, cruelty, and above all else, hypocrisy.
That bill is passed. Over $900 billion in Medicaid cuts. SNAP is being cut. Student loans, Pell Grants, harder to get. ICE is about to be the biggest law enforcement group in the country. ICE. There's $100 trillion billion going to the defense, and the 1% is about to live their best life like they've been doing this whole time. Hospitals are about to start shutting down, which some of them have already prepared to start shutting down. It's going to be harder for a lot of people now. A lot of people are about to die, and that's not even a joke. And it makes me sad because a lot of y'all MAGA people, y'all voted for this man because he was a white man. And he had how many felonies and how many failed businesses, but it didn't matter. Because I would rather vote for the white man who has no experience and is not here for the whole American body than vote for a black woman who's had the experience her whole life and actually wanted us to do better. Wanted better for America. And for all the Republicans, y'all spineless POSs, y'all, I hope y'all get unseated. I really do. But for everybody else, we tried. We did the best we could. We did the best we could. Primaries is what's next. I'm taking a break. I need a break from this app. I need a break from everything. Because I feel like November all over again when Republicans were saying that, oh, Project 2025 isn't real. It's not real. It doesn't exist. And then turn around and after he won, it's real. And now they're saying, oh, we are touching Medicaid. Now they admit it after they passed the bill. So y'all dummies, y'all fell for it again. Congratulations, y'all screwed all of America.
Maybe this will be the thing that finally wakes people up. It looks like the big, beautiful bill is going to pass. Great. Maybe when your neighbors are dying in the streets, maybe that will wake people up. Maybe when people are getting foreclosed on in their homes, maybe that will wake people up and there are no resources to turn to. Maybe when you have to take in all of your elderly relatives because their nursing homes are being shut down, maybe that's when people wake up. Maybe when children in your community are starving and malnourished. There's already 1 in 10 children in the United States facing food insecurity. Maybe that will wake people up. Maybe when you have to drive 3 hours away to go to a hospital because they're closing rural hospitals left and right with this bill, maybe that will wake people up. I don't know what it's going to take to wake people up to the conditions of so many people living in this country. Maybe we'll wake up.
Come back. So whites are really crying out for voting in Donald Trump and now regretting out because they voted Donald Trump for the good health system. They voted Donald Trump for the good economy. They voted Trump for more job opportunities. They voted in Donald Trump for the good relationship with other countries. But now they are now regretting about Donald Trump because Trump has really ruined the United States because now health system is not working in United States. We saw Donald Trump came out and suspended USAID, and USAID was just that organization was funding a lot of countries across all over the world. It was started some 60 years ago, but Trump has scrapped that USAID, and now health sector is not really working well. People are crying out. People are living in dangerous way because finding maybe a medicine in a hospital is so expensive. So those people are crying out in United States. What have seen how that lady is really in tears because of what health sector is not really working in United States. And also economy. United States now has a very poor economy. Economy is not working well because commodities are now in high prices. He has hiking the price of the commodities. We have seen farmers are really crying out, and those farmers are the one who are supplying these commodities to people of United States. But now there's no any supply of those commodities because the people was working on that farm were being deported because most of the Africans were deported from the United States. So now it's hard for them to deliver the supplies in high demand because now then in terms of deportation, Trump is deporting the friends of these white people because white people really love the black people, but because of the Trump policies, it has really affected the people of whites. Whites now losing their friends. Their friends are traveling across all over the world. We have seen really Latinos, we have really Asians, we have seen Jamaicans, Africans, all moving out from the United States, and those people went there through slavery, and when most of them went for green pasture. But it's now United States is not a state that somebody can go there and invest there because now life have changed compared to the recent years. Life really changed because now in terms of education is now more expensive in the United States. You cannot manage with that low wages because Trump is paying less salaries to those workers. That's now they find a very hard way to run their daily businesses because of the Trump administration now. So people have come out and criticized this government of Donald Trump because of what? The bad policies that Donald Trump has done in the United States. And a lot of those white people, a lot of powerful people who have voted in for Donald Trump around over 57% voted in for Donald Trump because they expected for good health, they expect for maybe good health system, good economy, good management of the public resources. But now it's have come a time that the public resources is being misused. You have seen Donald Trump going out helping the Iran war. That guy really like war, but caring about the life of people, he doesn't care that. And if you are living in if you have a dream of going to United States, please cut that dream, because if you have seen those whites are really crying, what about the black people? Black people really cried out, and now whites has seen that black people is the God chosen people because they cried out. They being deported, they were given less wages, they were given less opportunity. Racism were happening like Christmas, but now things have changed, and God of Africans are already punishing the United States, because now that cry has been transferred to those white people. Now those whites are now crying, and we Africa, we just moved out from their country, coming back to our motherland, because Africa is the motherland of black people. So we came to our country, starting living here in Africa. And for my Caribbean people, if you have a dream of going to, just cut that dream, because Trump has really now even going to United States. In fact, he has banned almost 36 countries. Getting a visa is now a process to go into United States. So kindly guys, if you have a dream of going to United States, just stay to your country and improve your economy. Thank you so much for watching me for the first time. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment. See you later.